Okay, so I got kind of interrupted there. But anyways, I'm going to wrap this guy up. I'll show you what I've got for a bridge so far. Some of it. Okay. Here we go, the ABR with the little Gibson stems. And you can see it's not the, I guess it's not the ABR1, but it's made in USA. Hey. And the same goes for the tailpiece. Your basic nickel. This is advanced plating. Dirty fingers. Now that's appropriate for me. And I have some old, let me think if I can remember what these were off. I think they were off a 60s model Gibson SG I had a long time ago. And I've got another pair someplace around. I'm not sure if I'll use those or if I will use some gold top hats. I'm just playing this as I go. And behind there you'll see the stains I used. And from the left to right we've got colonial maple. Now I use that to give the kind of the background of the flame maple a little bit of color. Otherwise it's just really white. Provincial I used to darken the grain, and then I just wiped it all off. And then I finished it out with red mahogany, which I went over once, wiped it down, went over the edges, and just kind of built the color up on the edges. And as I sand along it, it brings the grain out more and more. And as you can see, the finish, I don't know if you can really tell, but there's still just a little bit of orange peel in it. You can see a little bit of sanding marks. But as I go, I'll be getting it down to gloss, and then I'll buff it out. So, hopefully, that's going to do it. Now, over on the right there, you see that polyurethane. I know. Some of you hard cases want to use the old natural cellulose, and that's fine. Honestly, it works about the same. You're going to put the same amount of effort into both. I think that over time, your cellulose is more forgiving. You're able to make repairs without stripping the body down. But the urethane doesn't bond your neck with your guitar stand. And I've done urethane, or I've done the natural cellulose, and I've had that problem before, and it just destroys your guitar's finish. It really does. It'll literally eat into it, and it'll bond your neck to the guitar stand if it sits for any time at all. Leaves black marks. You got to sand the neck down. You got to start over. So, to avoid all that garbage, I think I just used the polyurethane. For me, it's a little easier to work with. Well, guys, I'm going to give a quick shout to Dave in Texas, Pixie Licks, Mesa Sean, Chinese Guitar Skeptic, even ESP LTD, Guitar Lover. I'd like to thank you guys for all the stuff you put out there on the Chinese copies, and the amount of information I was able to gather from that could have helped me avoid some bad purchases. But I got some anyways. I'll go over those later. And I'll bring you another one. I'm getting ready to bond the neck. And what I'm going to do is use that tight bond over there. I'm going to put this neck in place, and I've got a couple of blocks. This one I'm going to stick inside the pickup cavity. Then I'll clamp underneath the table and onto that block. And this one I've cut grooves in, which will sit about here, somewhere up in here. And then I'll clamp that down onto it there. So it'll be clamped in two places, not overly tight. Because God, this got a little bit of radius to it. and I really don't want to mess up the fretboard. It's got a really nice fretboard, nice and dark. Got some pear green, but it's pretty dark fretboard. It looks good. You know, there's no problems with any of the fret markers. You can feel just the edge of the frets, but you know, you're almost always going to feel some of that on a new neck. A little bit of sanding and that'll be gone. Otherwise, guys, I'm going to wrap this up. This is my first shot at one of these Bulldogs, and everything in life's a learning experience. So when I get ready to do a little more, I'll clamp this neck up. I won't make you watch the drying time, and we'll start doing the back of the body and finishing the front. Start getting some hardware in it. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.